Hi, and welcome to this week's Happy Hour. So, last week I talked about counting and how we can use counting the breath to really quickly switch our nervous system out of fight or flight and into more of a parasympathetic rest and digest. And I mentioned at the end that this week we'd be talking about a technique called Zen Breath. So, that's what we're going to look at today. Okay, so what is Zen breath? Well, it's a really ancient technique that comes obviously from the Zen tradition of Buddhism, and it's a present moment awareness or concentration technique. And what does that mean? It means that the focus is on focusing the attention and bringing the awareness into the present moment. Which I've said before is the only thing that ever exists. The past is gone, the future's not here. We only ever have this moment. But we spend a lot of time in our minds looking at the past or planning for the future. And so these techniques are about coming back in and actually being fully present in what's happening right now. So Zen breath is a little bit different to some of the other types of breath meditation that you might have tried before, where you're trying to maintain the attention on the breath to the exclusion of everything else. With Zen breath, it's opening the awareness to sound and sight and sensation and not trying to resist them, but simply having them in the background of your awareness without being distracted and taken away by them, and instead keeping the main focus on the breath. So for Zen breath meditations, you generally don't close your eyes, but you just soften the gaze. So it's slightly different to a lot of other meditations where we're closing the eyes and trying to really focus on only one thing. And basically you're just counting the breath. So opening the awareness, allowing sensations and thoughts and sounds to come and go, but then counting. And we count on the in-breath and we count on the out-breath. And it's pretty simple. You count in, out, until you get to 10, and then you just start again at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. On each breath, counting the in and the out breath until you get to 10, start again. What will happen though for most people is that they will lose track of the count at some point, or they'll count past 10 because they've allowed thoughts, distractions, sounds to draw their awareness away from counting the breath. And when we do that, we don't look down on ourselves, we don't, kind of curse ourselves. We just notice and begin again. So it's all about coming back and just beginning again. Every time your mind wanders off, every time you lose track of where you are in the count, every time you count to 13, you notice and you just gently return. Start again at 1. So today I'm going to guide you through a Zen breath practice. Now, Zen breath, unlike a lot of other meditations, does have a really clear focus on posture and finding the right position for the practice. So let's go through some of the key points around our posture, how we're seated, and even how we hold our hands for Zen breath. Here are some general guidelines for positioning for Zen breath. Now we want to have our spine upright and aligned with a natural curve in the lower back and no back support. But we can't all sit like this on the floor. So you can sit on a bolster to help keep the hips in a more comfortable position. You can even sit on a chair. As long as you're on the front, your spine is aligned, and ideally your feet are firmly planted on the ground. There's also sizer, which is a position over the bolster, which can be good if you've got lower back issues. Now there is a specific hand position or mudra that we use. So we place our right hand, then our left hand in our lap, and then bring the tips of the thumbs together to create a circle. And that's your positioning for Zen breath. All right, so now you've got your posture. Find a comfortable chair, but where you can keep your back upright and aligned. Find your position, right hand down, left hand on top, fingers together, creating a circle, rested in the lap. And let's begin our Zen breath practice. Sit comfortably. Allow the body to relax. The spine is upright and aligned. Soften through the brows, the face. The jaw is relaxed. Shoulders fall away from your ears. And allow the mind to also be at ease. We're not forcing anything. Just relax and be at ease. Gently cast the eyes downward, resting the gaze a meter or so in front of you. Feel the sensations of the body. Now draw the awareness to the breath. Not judging, just allowing it to be. Feel the breath rising and falling. The simple, natural rhythm of the breath. The breath as it is. Soften the focus, open the field of vision, and bring the awareness to the breath. Let the breath be the anchor, and allow all experiences to flow as they are. We don't resist thought. We don't resist sound. We don't resist sensation. We don't resist emotion. We don't resist sight. We don't resist discomfort. Whatever comes, we let it come. We bring awareness back to the breath. Breathe into the abdomen without changing the breath. And begin to count each breath. As we breathe in, we count 1. As we breathe out, we count 2. As we breathe in again, we count 3. As we breathe out, we count 4. We continue to count each breath until we reach 10. Breathe. Then we begin counting again at 1. Breathing in, we count. Breathing out, we count. We count every breath. We count each breath up to 10. Then we begin again. Breathe. If we count past 10, it's okay. We got lost in thought. We begin again. Start with 1. Breathe. If we count 3, 4, and wander in thought or forget the count, it's okay. Begin again. Start with 1. Breathe. Allow the breath to flow naturally, just as it is, without force or control. If it is long, let it be long. If it is short, let it be short. Count the breath as it is. Breathe. Let the awareness open. Count the breath. Breath flowing in, count 1. Breath flowing out, count 2. Count each breath up to 10. Then begin again. Breathe. It's okay to notice thoughts. It's okay to notice sounds, sensations. Just continue to count. Count every breath. Breathe. If we lose the count, begin again. If we count past 10, begin again. Count each breath, 1 to 10. Breathe. If we count past 10, it's okay. We got lost in thought. We begin again. Start with 1. Breathe. If we count 3, 4, and wander in thought or forget the count, it's okay. Begin again. Start with 1. Breathe. Now keeping the eyes downcast, let go of the count. Continue to breathe, noticing awareness of the breath without the count. Then let go of awareness of the breath. Just allowing the mind to be. Allowing awareness of the sensations in the body. Noticing sounds inside and outside the room where you are. You might like to bring some small movements back to the fingers and the toes. Perhaps a small stretch or other movement that feels nice. And then in your own time, whenever you're ready, there's no rush. You can slowly open the eyes fully and return to waking awareness. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. So that's it, a Zen breath practice. Now you can go back and listen to this recording as many times as you like. But once you've got the hang of Zen breath, it is one that you can just do on your own. Find a comfortable position with the spine aligned. Put your hands in your lap, create the circle, and then let the gaze soften and begin. You can just start counting. You don't have to listen to a guided practice. In fact, it's probably easier to do it once you've got the idea on your own. So give it a go. I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Have a great week, and I will see you next week.